Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Portsmouth, and this is episode 50, and it's the first time I've reached 50 in a series, so that's kind of cool. And we will be marking today's episode, of course, with a live com, as you can imagine. Now, my new series starts tomorrow, but I will be recording it today. This is really hard to explain. Like, it is Wednesday night now. I've got home from work and I needed to record an episode for tomorrow evening because of the double Pompey we're doing for the next couple of days. That means that tomorrow, which is Thursday, which is when you'll be seeing this, I will have recorded the first episodes of my brand new series, which at the moment looks like it'll be a Sleeping Giants save. So that's cool. I'm happy to do that, of course. And I've been mulling over a lot of different teams and taking on a lot more suggestions from you guys as to which team I actually do for that save. So yeah. It'll be interesting, let's put it that way. But it will not be an English club, nor will it likely be a Scottish club, just because I want to try and get a little bit out there, and I want to do something a little bit different. So yeah, but anyway, this is not about that. This is about Pompey and the month that we've had. Now, in our last game, we had the live com, I think it was, yeah, it must have been this one, live com against Middlesbrough, and well, we had a good one. Albert Torres Crespo rescued us a little bit in that game, but we picked up yet another win and keep our run in the league going very nicely. When you look at that, just the one defeat to Bournemouth there, we've been very, very good and we're winning games, and that is massively important. And we started off away from home with a huge win. Peterborough bottom, and they are struggling like mad. They had a good year last year, but this year they have been terrible. And as you can see, we were a little bit lucky to perhaps to win it by as much as we did, really. Ben Osborne put us in front on 19 minutes. Oh, that reminds me. I am going to try and figure out a way to show ages of players, because that is really annoying. I understand why you guys are a bit frustrated with that. It's just, I do want to try and keep the large panels. It's just, there must be a way for me to show something other than, like, you know, let's see, personal details perhaps. There we go. Happy now? Right, awesome. That will be, should stay like that in theory, because I will be saving after this episode, of course, so no worries there. So then, right, well, so that's Ben Osborne, 24 years old, in case you were wondering. Hopefully that will stick, because that would be annoying if it didn't. So yeah, Ben Osborne put us in front on 19 minutes, and Kieran Griffiths, not long after that, was able to sneak in, and oh, I never get used to him looking like that now, but I do like the new pack. Admittedly, sometimes it doesn't always work, but I think it just adds a little bit more variety to the game, and that's kind of what you want from these kind of things. Griffiths, who's 19 years old, stepped in and made it 2-0 to Pompey away at London Road. Peterborough, as they did against us last year, got a goal back not long after that through Josh Sheehan, so I was a little bit worried about that. And well, with the injury to Adam Webster, our captain in this game as well, we had to bring him off at half-time, which of course meant that Tony Bellamy came on, so he's looked a little bit shaky and of course was sent off in that horrible game against Gillingham earlier in the season. Thankfully, with 15 minutes to go, we kind of put the icing on the cake when Ben Osborne went through and managed to make it 3-1, and that was great. But then Grant Nichols actually stepped up and made it 4-1 to us, which is a massive result. To do that away from home, anyway, that's the key for us, the fact that this one was away from home, albeit against the bottom club, but it proved that we could still do it. And we played our sort of defensive style system again with the halfback in Danny Hollins. So in January, I will definitely be looking for a better halfback. As good as Danny Hollins has played that role, I want someone that is designed for that role to really boost this formation, because I think we're playing so well with it at the moment. Anyway, in our next game, I was a little bit disappointed. Derby are a good side, don't get me wrong. But I thought since we were the home side, we could impose ourselves on them a little bit more. To be fair, we didn't really have many chances in this game. I mean, a lot of shots, yeah, but only 2 of which were actually on target. In terms of match stats, we had 3 half chances, they had 2. 0-0's probably about a fair result. We were pretty damn poor in this game, and that's a shame, but you know, you can't win them all. It would have been nice to have won that one as well, because that would have been 5 straight wins in the league. But we've still, I mean, look at this. It's still pretty impressive. Like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's still 8 wins in our last 11 games and only 1 defeat in our last 11 games, and that is huge. For us not being in the Capital One Cup has kind of helped us in a sense, I suppose. But in our next game, we lost. And, oh dear, this was an absolute piss take of a game. Okay, I understand that this is supposed to mimic realism. This didn't mimic realism in any way. Like, I know people always say, well, these things happen in real life. Show me one example of this happening in real life. And I mean, literally, show me more than one example of this happening. The only time I can think of something like this happening is one time, and I'll explain that in a sec. So basically, away at Ipswich, tough game. Ipswich aren't a bad side. We took the lead on 23 minutes through Charlie Musonda, doing what he does best. Pretty sure it was a long-range effort, which was awesome. Then, just before half-time, Ozzy Ellerbeck was able to make it 1-1, and that was disappointing. We'd been pretty much in control of the game, not possession-wise, but then our tactic doesn't really rely on possession, but we were still doing well in the game. And going into half-time at 1-0 was a little disappointing. However, in the second half, we got a good start to the second half when Martin Craney was red carded for Ipswich, and you're 1-0 away from home, going to be playing against 10 men. I decided not to go and push too hard against it because I didn't want to end up getting caught by 10 men and end up happening what happened when we played Leicester, where we just scored and then sat on it. What happened here, they went down to 10 men, but then on 54 minutes, Jed Wallace made it 2-1 to us, and then 2 minutes later, Jerome Sinclair, in my mind anyway, wrapped up the game at 3-1. Yeah, 35 minutes to go, but with 2 goals up against 10 men, you shouldn't be expecting anything other than nice coast for the rest of the game. Obviously, I didn't go too defensive at this point. I knew they were going to throw stuff at me, but they'd got 10 men. Then what proceeded to happen was just unbelievable. So starting on 58 minutes, Matthew Clark's goal, almost immediately afterwards, which is just another one of those, score and then immediately concede, although we kind of did it twice here as well ourselves. Then on 70 minutes, John Lundstrom went through and made it bloody 3-3, which was insane. And then with 7 minutes to go, Ozzy Ellerbeck made it 4-3 to Ipswich. And then, of course, Omar Rowe made it 5-3. So let's just get this straight. With 10 men, they were playing crap. They get a man sent off, and all of a sudden, 4 goals. Because that just happens all the time, doesn't it? Let's just have a look at the match stats. 2 clear-cut chances, 5 goals. 5 half chances, fair enough. And to be fair, most of their good chances were the half chances. 4 clear-cut chances. We put away at most of ours. It's just 5 goals. Really? This is a good defensive system, and something just went badly wrong in this game, and I could not put my finger on what the hell happened. The only thing I can think of where this has ever happened, or I've seen anything like this happen in real life, is, I don't know if you guys remember, we're talking like 10, 11, maybe even 12 years ago, Manchester City against Spurs in the FA Cup. Spurs or City, I actually can't remember which way round this was. I think Spurs were 3-0 up and City were down to 10 men, and away from home as well, I believe. City in the second half, or Spurs, I cannot remember, sorry, came back and won the game 4-3. Now that is insane, right? But I can't think of any other examples of a team actually scoring 4 goals like that with 10 men. And very, very frustrating, especially when you dominate the game and all of a sudden they get a player sent off and then suddenly start to play really well. Most of these shots were after they had the man sent off. It was very, very strange, but one of those things that just happens, I guess. It's just a complete anomaly in the game. And I can't put that one down to tactics, because what the hell are you supposed to do about that? Anyway, moving along, we had a home game against Fulham, and I was desperate to put one over on them, because we haven't really, I don't think I've beaten Fulham yet, but now we have. And we were brilliant. Like, it was a strange one. Nicholas Hellenius, who I'm pretty certain plays for... Oh, he certainly plays for Aston Villa in real life. Yeah, okay. Or maybe he doesn't anymore, but he certainly did. And obviously did when that picture was taken too. Put them in front. And disappointing, but thankfully we managed to equalise almost immediately through Jed Wallace, which is enough to make anybody very, very happy. He's having a quality season, I've got to tell you. Wallace has been superb for us this year. Maybe only, he's got a few goals, but his assists is where he's been unbelievable. And look at that, 7.49 in all competitions and in the league, because that's the only competition he's really played in for us. And then Jerome Sinclair made it 2-1 to Pompey, not long, in fact, very, very soon after that, and he's now worth 4 million quid. I don't understand why some of his stats are declining. It makes no sense to me at all. Like, tackling, I suppose it might be the sort of thing we've got him working on, but, like, why would this stuff be declining? He's 23, 22. But, whatever, it happens, I guess. No, it doesn't make any sense to me, but there you go. So, yeah. There's that. So we managed to actually beat Fulham in this game, and it was Fulham didn't really create a great deal. Like, we actually had possibly chances to score a few more goals against them. We were actually very, very good, which is why I was glad that we actually managed to escape with the win in the end, because it looked like one of those ones where you just concede that 92nd minute equaliser. You know how it goes. But we didn't. We didn't do it, and we held fast and did it again. And in our next game, another home game against Brentford, things were incredibly tough in this one, and I was furious with Sam Mantum in this one. We took the lead on 39 minutes through who other than Jerome Sinclair, but then Sam Mantum was sent off, and that was ridiculous of him, and it's just not the sort of thing we need to see. Basically, it's not It's not becoming of him, shall we say. And he's also, I think it's 2-match ban he got from that one, because it's his second red card of the season. Hey. And then Zeli Ismail almost immediately after, I think it was actually from the free kick directly, Ismail equalised for Brentford. And that was disappointing. I thought we were probably not going to have to try and escape here with a 1-1 draw if we can. But in the 90th minute, Jed Wallace stepped up, or popped up, or any of the other cliched phrases I like to use, and scored us the winner in the 90th minute. And it's just nice to see us do that to someone else. And I don't remember actually pressing that, but let's just go back on here so I can show you the match stats properly. Let's just go into here. Again, we were definitely the better side, created more half chances, just generally more chances in this game, and we deserved it. It just took a little bit of work, and after the red card, of course, definitely more work. So here's how the league table is shaping up at the moment. We are 3rd in the Championship, which is unbelievable. I've got to tell you, I'm having a lovely old time with Pompey this season. I genuinely think we're halfway through the season. What is there to stop us from challenging for an automatic promotion spot? I mean, honestly, what is there to stop us? We're 9 points clear of dropping out of the playoffs. I think we're going to get in the playoffs this year. I genuinely do. We're 9 points clear now. It will take some mammoth effort for us to mess this one up, I tell you. But there's still the chance that we can keep up there with Burnley and Brighton. You know, we're maintaining that competition with them. We've scored more goals than both of them. Perhaps just conceded a few more. Possibly in those early games, and also the game against Ipswich. And yeah, so I'm pretty damn happy with that. So I think someone else wanted to see, what was it they wanted to see? I think they wanted to see my coaches. This is what I have my coaches set to, basically. So yeah, Distan just does tactics at the moment, although generally I just ask my assistant to assign, and I'm going to just do that right now because I haven't checked this in a couple of months, and I really should, because it does sometimes change a little bit around. But yeah, that's generally what I have. I just generally ask my assistant to assign coaches, because I just can't think of, even if I spent ages looking at it, I don't think I'd end up coming up with a system that's any better than what I currently have, until such time as we can maybe get some more coaches coming in, basically. It's just one of those things. So let's take a little look at the squad. And, well, top goal scorer for us is Jerome Sinclair, of course, with 14 goals for us this year, and that is great. I think if he can hit 25 in all comps, which is reasonable, then he'll be for a cracking season for us. Top assists, Jed Wallace has got 16 of them, and that is unreal. I think he could easily top 20 for us this year. That'd be superb. He's genuinely one of the best players I've managed. It's amazing, his ability to create goals. Player of the matches, Jerome Sinclair with 4, but Kieran Griffiths just in behind with 3. Pass rating, Mantum is still up there, but he does need to stop getting sent off, because that is getting a little bit annoying, and we don't need another Bernard Nerrig on our hands. Oh, no. Yellow cards, Yanko has actually got 4. As the most, along with Adam Webster. Red cards, of course, Mantum has 2, which is very annoying. Average rating is Wallace and Musonda with, I mean, they've got great ratings, although we've got a lot of players that have topped 4. Now, I don't know if this happened, when did this happen? I may have already talked about it, sorry, it's been a couple of days since I did an episode, unfortunately. Let me just take a little look. I don't know if injuries actually show up on, yes they do, okay. Sorry, it was last month I think that Kevin McAvoy picked up that horrible injury. I apologise for not knowing that. It's been a few days. Right, so that brings us to today, and we're playing another game against Fulham. I don't know why they came in such quick succession, but they did, and we're actually playing them basically twice in like 2 weeks. But we won the first game, admittedly at Fratton Park, but if we could go to Craven Cottage and pull off some heroics, then awesome. That's all I can say to that one, really. So yeah, let's just take a little look. We're not going to be using that. We're going to be using our away system with our lovely halfback. Do a quick pick here just to remove that and put Danny Hollands in. Make sure my bench is right. Anyone else I'd rather have? We've got so little options off the bench now. But you know, it's just the way it is at the moment. In January, basically what I'm going to be doing is going out there to find a player that can play that halfback role. That is I think my most important and most critical area of this team that needs assessing and needs something that can be really strong. Everything else is looking quite decent, although Webster's still fairly good, I've got to say. It's that halfback. We need someone that can play that role. I know some people said use an anchorman instead. I like the halfback, and as you can see from what we've been doing so far, it seems to be working. So I'm not going to change it until something starts going horribly wrong. You know, we're doing well with what we've got, I must say. You know, this team is not particularly great. We were still one of the favourites to go down at the start of the year, and yet here we are, 3rd in the league. So we can't be doing everything wrong. Let's put it that way. Right, so we are away from home. We're just going to go for our most basic sort of setup here. It's nice that everything's sort of pretty much fully fluid. In fact, it is fully fluid now. So we're just going to go with our most basic style and setup here, which is awesome. And let's just try and get things in. Oh, by the way, guys, this is the brand new patch. This is 15.2.0, the new hotfix that came out literally today. So this is the first game I've played on this new patch. Hopefully, apparently the goalkeeping positioning has been fixed, so that'll be one less thing for me to fucking stress about, because believe me, it was getting on my tits. Right, let's get straight into things. Interesting that Patrick Roberts isn't starting for Fulham. He's a cracking player. Right, there you go, Sylvan. Give me your best shot. They look like they're playing a system similar to the one that we normally play at home. I wonder if that'll balance out, or whether we'll have the advantage. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Let's just get straight into things and hope that our sort of counter-attacking style works for us well away from home. We can obviously make changes as we go along. It's a good ball into Sinclair there, actually. Dropping deep and whips it out to the wing. If we could pick up some kind of points at Craven Cottage today, that would be bloody amazing. Williams with the ball in. Oh, Durmaz and Bachmann lets it into the net. That's a shame. It's a good goal from Jimmy. That's a strange first name. Or is it Hibby? Jimmy Durmaz. Little bit annoying that no one marked him or allowed him to pick the ball up. Well, maybe that's not what happened. Let's just have a little look and wait and see. 3 minutes in and we're already trailing here. That's a little bit unfortunate. We may have to resort to our sort of standard tactic at some point later in the game if things don't sort themselves out this soon. Oh, that's pissing down. Okay, Williams is ball in. Oh my god. And, goalkeeper positioning is fixed, ladies and gentlemen. Looked like he was... I don't know. Anyway, moving along. We've not done a lot yet. In fact, we've not even created a shot. Oh, there's our first shot. I'm going to put that on just because... I don't know, just because. Let's just see what we do here. We may well have to revert to our normal system at some point in this game if things start to go a little bit worse. Because, I mean, we're having a couple of shots here, but nothing special, let's put it that way. I mean, we're not exactly letting Fulham have a huge amount of shots, which is good, but we already have conceded, and that's the problem. So at half-time, we may have to switch to our more comfortable Hellenius, out to George Williams. Don't foul him. Williams... Don't foul him, Hellenius. Don't... Great. Alright, well, yeah, at half-time we'll almost certainly be reverting to our sort of standard attacking style. Oh, bloody hell. We've played so well this month. It's a shame. I wish Bachmann hadn't come out for that. Williams, ball in. Hellenius' ball there. Oh, I wish he... I mean, it wouldn't have been able to save it anyway, I don't think. But... Let's just get to half-time, and we can sort of make some changes then, because Fulham are playing very, very well against us, and we need to try and find some way of stopping that. Unfortunately, at 2-0... Oh, hello! Goal before half-time. Maybe Musonda, and it's cleared. Is it cleared? Wallace! Oh, that is unlucky for Fulham. It is Fulham 2, Portsmouth 1, and that is exactly what we needed on the stroke of half-time. Well done, Jed. What is it with these set-piece goals today? Oh, my God, what a melee. Oh, what a little ball back there from Osborne. And Wallace with the finish, and the keeper just decided to take a knee. Yeah, keepers are still fucked for me. They just don't really behave like normal players. So there we go. 2-1 at half-time. We're not the favourites here. What are you talking about? How can we be the favourites? Just because we're doing well in the league doesn't make us any less of the underdog. Right, so let's have a little look. I'm still tempted to switch to our usual tactic, because that was a bit of luck that we got that goal rather than just good judgment, if that makes sense. We're not going to look for the overlap though. We're just going to... Yeah, okay, that's good. You know, it wasn't the tactic per se, it was just a little bit of luck and a lucky break of the ball, and I'm going to try and push at them a little bit more in the second half to try and fight for that second goal and the equaliser, and that would be a good little comeback for us, and we'd be pretty good for comebacks, I've got to say. But Fulham are not West Brom, and we've had a patchy time against them as well, I've got to say. Right, George Williams is getting too much space. My God, it's so hot in here at the moment, I'm sweating. Encourage, come on guys, let's get forward. Looking furious, what are you so furious about? Chill, take a chill pill and relax. We may have to make some subs soon. We don't appear to be creating a great deal in this second half either, and I may need to just tweak a few things again. But I'm going to wait until we make some subs to do it, in order to do that. Right, okay, let's just go tactics and do it properly. Do it all from here. Right, so let's make some substitutions first. Who can we even bring in? I'm going to bring in Dudgeon for Taylor, just so we've got that little option there, and perhaps Torres Crespo for Hollands, just because he's looking a little bit... He's on a booking as well, and Crespo constantly complains me for not playing, so I should probably play him. Maybe I should put on Luke for the overlap, in fact. Let's turn off work ball into the box. They might not be pushing forward. Let's just turn off pass into space. Let's try and be a little bit more sensible about this. Maybe... No, we've got some changes, of course, yeah. I'm hoping that Dudgeon will get us. I'm just waiting for a long throw goal this year. That's the only reason I signed the guy, just to see if we could pick up a couple of goals from those sort of situations this season. Right, let's go. 25 minutes to go. Can we do it? I'll probably throw it on overload for like the last 10, 12 minutes if we haven't got anything by that point. We've started to come back into it, though, I've got to tell you. Though Fulham are probably sitting back a little bit, which is, I guess, what was going to happen. He's one of those sort of now or never. Ooh, oh, another set-piece goal? Surely not. What? What the fuck? I hate those penalties. Like, you don't even see why they're given. You just see nothing. Anyway, okay, so penalty, there you go. We're going to have to throw an overload now since they're almost certainly going to score this. And I don't think it's going to make much difference. That's so annoying. I hate conceding those types of penalties. Hellenius to step up for Fulham and almost certainly make it 3-1. He does. Fulham, well, apparently 2, but it's actually 3. That's something that needs fixing. That appears quite a lot. Well, there you go. Oh, that's annoying. We were just starting to look better in this game, and they've gone and got that fucking those penalties. Anyway, that was a good finish from Hellenius. Bachmann nowhere near it. I love the way he holds the pose on the floor. So we've got 15 minutes with this, just to absolutely overload them and see what we can come up with. But oh, here we go. Oh no, we've lost the ball. Please don't concede anymore. You're actually done all right today, and I don't want to make this game look. You know, a 4-1 would make this game look far more... pretty poor effort from Hellenius. 4-1 would be very flattering for Fulham. We've actually been okay at times. And Dermaz is interesting. God, it's not one of our guys. And that looks like it's going to be it. Just hasn't really come off for us in this game, guys. That should... Oh, come on. Also, why is the game still going? 2 minutes at a time. There we go. Well, there you go. Fulham 3, Pompey 1. I don't think we deserve to lose by 3 goals to 1. Perhaps they... Well, we shouldn't be winning. I mean, oh, great, Masson injured too. Not ideal, but we can't win them all. You know, we literally cannot win them all. And Fulham were value for the win, and we did beat them at Fratton Park. We can't win every away game. It's just a shame to... Can we not scroll anymore? That's strange. Oh, it's up there now. No? Okay, so you can't scroll on the league table here, apparently. That's... irritating. Anyway, let's just take a little look back and show you where the league is lying anyway, just on the proper one where we can actually move it. Let's go to the overview. Right, so we are still 3rd in the league as it happens, and still actually 8 points clear of the playoff spots and falling out of them, but we're losing track on teams like Burnley and Brighton, who I think are probably going to end up walking this league, it would appear. But I did really want to try and stay with them, but it's a tough one. Fulham are a decent side of them. I mean, they're having a poor season, but they've got some great players. But, on the plus side, we're still 23 points clear of relegation, so there is that. That's something we can take some heart from, guys. So there we go. In the next episode, which it'll be back to 1 episode a day tomorrow, because my new series will be starting, so we will be playing, thank God it isn't against West Brom, we'll be playing against Wigan, again, away from home this time, so that's going to be tough. And we've got, that's a lot of away games. West Brom away in our next game, which will be a nightmare. Crewe away in the Cup. Sheffield Wednesday away. Birmingham at home. I'd like to think that's a banker. And then Wigan away. Well, it's going to be a tough little run for us. I think if we can come through that with some strength, I'll be really confident about the rest of our season. So guys, if you like what you've seen, please feel free to drop a like on the episode, and if you'd like to even more than that, please feel free to subscribe to my channel for more videos in your inbox every single day at 5:30 at night. And I will see you guys in the next game, in the next episode rather, for the Wigan game. Bye bye.